Yeah, so we're going to talk to Luka Potočar.
Luka Potočar, right?
Yeah. What do we know about him?
He's a young guy from Slovenia. I think he's
20 years old.
20 years old, yeah, could be. Yeah. And he's not bad lead climber because this year he won the overall title. World Cup.
Yeah.
Right.
And last year he took the silver at the World Championships in Moscow.
And this year the silver on the European Championships in Munich.
And he also managed to win his first World Cup in Koper. He has a couple of second places as well, right? I think in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's going to be interesting to talk to the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah. Here he is. Hello.
There he is.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
How was your day, man?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Done training. Yeah, just came back from training.
Right. And just came back from Jakarta, right?
Yeah, like 1 week ago. Yeah, last Wednesday.
Right. And how was that?
Yeah, good. Exhausting.
Yeah. So you sort of knew that you were gonna win the World Cup when you got there, right?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It was still a battle between me, Jesse, and Taisei.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really close at the end.
Yeah, you had to be seventh?
Seventh, I think the was.
Yeah. After semifinals, we calculated, and it was 7th place. Yeah, it was not so easy to handle the pressure because I knew I have to be 7th, and in finals you can always mess up the performance, and you never know. So yeah.
That's true. But on the other hand, you seem to be a guy that can really, really handle the pressure. I mean, since I did some research today and I saw that actually the first youth cup you entered, Euro Cup, Euro Youth Cup.
European Youth Cup, yeah.
You won?
Yeah, it was in Imsta on the probably the highest wall I climbed at this age. It was like, whoa, first comp on this wall. It was crazy, and yeah, I don't know, I won.
You won it.
It was pretty early for me.
Yeah, and then also in Moscow last year, I saw somewhere that you knew before the finals that you could be the first Slovenian man to take a medal at the World Championships before, and you said that made you stronger, made you better.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, it was motivation, of course, to be the first one. I had a good chance. You are not in finals of World Championship every day. And
True.
Yeah. And yeah, I was so happy to actually achieve this and to be the first one.
And then the third of the evidence is, of course, Koper this year.
Yeah, Koper was something special, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, Kran was okay before, but it was something special. But Koper was, I think, even more special because it was the first competition on this wall, new location, everything was new actually. And yeah, I really enjoyed climbing that in front of the whole crowd. It was different than the Kran because there was much more space for the crowd. So yeah, it was similar to, these days like Chamonix, Briançon. Kran was special. So I'm happy that we have like the similar scene than Chamonix and Briançon and Villar here also in Slovenia.
Just back to the Jakarta, how was it the finals? You could win the whole overall, but what this information did it with you? Like it was like motivated, or it was just the pressure?
Yeah, I was trying to just not think too much about this because it can be good motivation, but also a negative point because I remember Briançon, I was feeling good and then just messed up the finals. There's just nothing you can do about this. You're just climbing there, but you messed up some beta or something and it just ends up pretty badly. So yeah, I also have this on my mind when I was climbing in Jakarta in the finals. And this almost happened. So yeah, I was happy. I'm happy that I get out of this with the win in the overall. But yeah, not so happy with the performance in finals in Jakarta.
How did it feel to talk about the route together with Janja in Jakarta before in ISO?
With the end, we have the same top. Yes, it was special. I mean, at the observation we weren't talking together, but after, yeah, it was.
ISO. Yeah.
We were happy that the top part was like pretty obvious, so nothing special with betas. Everything was clear. And yeah, I think it was a pleasure to to actually share some betas with girls and to see that everything is on the right way.
Yeah, I think that was really cool, actually, and I think I'd like to see more of that. Actually, if it's possible, it's cool.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. That question was actually from Janja. You understood that, I guess.
Yeah, it was nice to have like the same top. I mean, sadly, the boys we didn't reach this part, so we can see how it ends up, everything. So just girls tried out this final part, but yes, I'm not sure if we are going to see like many more of this kind of final routes, but yes, maybe.
Yeah. What did you think about the route, actually?
The route till the top where I fell, it was, I don't know, the temperature was really high. I was struggling with I was shocking after every move. My heads were sweating. It was not so easy to climb, like so much different than other finals. It was something special. But the route was fun. Like a little jump at the start was not so hard. Maybe a bit sketchy because the creams were pretty small, and then it was not so hard. I was feeling good, and I don't know. I just messed up the beta at some point, and then when I was started struggling, the pump came in, and it was just hard to get on.
It looked like, I think it looked really hard. I mean, it's and complicated, and since it was that kind of holds when it's really humid as well, we really have to just hold on hard. You don't have much time, right?
Yeah, it was hard. I mean, it's always hard when the moves are hard and you don't have so much time to think what you're going to do because you're running out of endurance pretty fast, and you just have to maybe risk it and try something. I didn't do that in Jakarta. I don't know why. I should just at this point I should just go into the move. The first I came up there because when I was start thinking, I was getting pumped and my body was just out of position to do this move.
So it wasn't like you were playing it safe to get that
No, definitely that wasn't my playing case. I think this is. I mean.
So how do you do it usually? Do you stick with your beta or you change it like on the way?
Yeah, I mean, on the observation, it's obvious. If you have some beta, you're gonna try it on the wall. But yeah, after all, everything when you're up there and you feel like how the position of the body, how footholds feels, it's everything different when you're on the wall. So maybe I can change a little bit beta when I'm on the wall, but not so much because it's easier when you're down there watching the route for 6 minutes and you just can't change the beta in those, I don't know, 10 seconds when you're up there. So yeah, I just try to stick up with the beta I imagined on the observation.
And if you reach the route with the other competitors, you share the betas together, right?
Yeah.
So how it works for you? Do you like stick with your beta, or you say, oh, the betas from Jakobs are better, or like?
Yeah, I mean, probably like in 90% we all have the same beta.
Okay.
We share our ideas, so we can get like everything together and get something that maybe like 2, maybe 3 options when you're up there, so you know what are you going to do if this hold is worse than you thought at observation. So yeah, I like to share the beta, and I think like if there's more climbers, it's even better.
Do you think everyone shares the like right beta, or somebody to keep it for themselves?
Yeah, I don't know if we are at this point to actually like try to fake the beta. I never saw this in my career. It's not that long career, but I hope I'm not gonna see this. I don't know. I think these guys that are around me at this time climbing now, I think they want fake the right beta. So yeah, I think that's okay.
At this point, I always ask. I mean, since reading the routes is a really big part of climbing, one sighting. I'm thinking that maybe we should try skipping the viewing. I mean that you viewed the route together, and
Yeah.
that would be interesting, I think.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, especially if the hordes were like a bit smaller or maybe behind some volumes. That would be pretty hard, I think. Because already now, I remember in Innsbruck this year, we had observation 6 minutes, and then before went to the like tent before climbing, there was a picture of the route, so we could see like if there was a hold on the, because at observation we weren't able to see the smaller hordes at the top. So yeah, there was a picture of the route, and yeah, I think without that it would be even harder without any observation to climb the route. So the route would need to be a bit easier than probably the normal finals, I think.
That's true, but I think we should would also see like different solutions more, like which could be interesting for the spectators. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe like this is idea for the new event.
I have one question from Instagram here. From somebody asked, does it affect you when someone's before you top the route? Is it like more pressure on you, or does it help because you think, okay, it's possible to like to top it?
Yeah, I remember this year in Edinburgh, Jesse before me topped the route, and yeah, I heard the speaker. Then everyone's going crazy, and it was taking so long to for Jesse to finish the route. And I knew he topped the route. I mean, in the finals, I think it's more pressure than in semifinals, because in semifinals I think it's a bit different, because you are able to top the route. There is more climbers in the semifinals, and yeah, in Edinburgh I think it affected me in negative point, because I thought the route is pretty hard, even though I didn't know how they climbed before me. And yeah, when I heard that Jesse topped the route, it was, I think, not so easy to go after, especially when I was climbing, and like in the middle I was pretty off with my endurance. I wasn't feeling right, and it was pretty hard to know that Jesse topped this route. And yeah, I think it's worst actually to hear what guys achieved before you, or to know where is the high point and stuff. But yeah, sometimes I don't know. I remember one semifinals when I heard that someone before me topped the route, and I knew, okay, I have to top this, and I also topped this route. And yeah, maybe this time affected me positively. I don't know.
What do you do when like you get stressed and then you have to calm down, or like concentrate just on the route, not on the other climbers? How you do it?
Yes, I don't have like the special method to do that. I think I just like know if I'm prepared good, I can do this also. I mean, you also compare, like, I don't know, some guy topped this route, you didn't, and I don't know, before you did way better on this competition than this guy that topped the route. So you say, I don't know, I mean, I can top this route. If he did, I can do it. I can also do it. So yeah, I think this is like for me the thing that I'm able to do this, to believe in myself, not to, maybe it's not a good thing to compare my results with others, but at some point maybe it is good.
So just to be clear, do you always know how many has topped the route?
Like, do you mean in semifinals or
In finals?
in finals? No, I mean, you hear, like, if you are behind the wall, you always hear the crowd, the speaker. But yeah, it's not so common that everyone tops the routine finals. Maybe one top or two. But yeah, I think it happened like just last time in Edinburgh, never before.
But do you try to listen or try to avoid it?
Yeah, I don't have headphones or music or anything. Maybe I should do that in next years, because it's pretty stressful to be behind the wall and hear the crowd going crazy. Everyone is screaming. You're just behind there waiting for you to perform, to give my everything on the wall. Maybe it's, yeah, this is the hard part before the finals. But yeah, maybe headphones are a good thing.
Could be a good thing, yeah. And do you actually, is the same thing when you come out? Do you try to avoid looking at the quick draws, what's swinging and not, or?
Yeah, this is always a thing, especially, I mean, yeah, I always look at quick draws. You can't avoid that. If I check the route, there are quick draws swinging. And yeah, I remember, I think in Innsbruck this year, Jakob said that he saw Alex where the quick draw was swinging when Alex Megos fell, and when I came out to climb the semifinals, I saw that this quick draw was still swinging because of the wind was blowing. So maybe this is also a factor. You don't always be sure when quick draw is swinging that somebody fell there before. So yeah, I mean, I think this is not so good thing. The good thing to look for this thing.
How did you like the European Championships in Munich this year?
Yeah, the event was, the organization, everything was, the venue was amazing. It was really something special for me to be on competition like this for everybody. Everyone likes it because everything was so cool. And yeah, even to achieve the results like this, it's even better.
And also in Munich, the combined format was really tried for the first time for real, I guess. I mean, it was this test competition in Spain as well.
Yeah.
And I know they've changed it now a little bit, but what do you think about it?
Yeah, for now, I still don't know what I think about it, because this counting and points, I don't know, they will probably change something in the future before the Olympics and everything. They still have the competition in Japan now in October. So yeah, they will probably, maybe some changes will be already seen here in Japan. But yeah, I'm not sure, like, maybe it's better because now we only have a boulder and lead. And yeah, there can happen then two climbers can be first and second in both, and they are you can separate climbers. So yeah, here you can do it easily, but yeah, some points are in lead. We saw that the final part of the route is like really important because you get 5 points for the one move, and you have to actually climb like really high to get some points. If you compare to boulders, you just need few zones and you already have some points.
Yeah, I mean, they changed it now to I think 1, 2, 3, 4 points, like in lead. First 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and they also changed to 5, 10, and 25 in boulder instead of 3, 6, and 25.
Okay, so they give less in lead and more in boulders or something like that.
Because it was a little bit weird, like in lead, that when you get towards the top, you got 5 points for every hold, which is like more than the zone hold.
Yeah. It was crazy.
But I mean, it worked out, but it's also just until Paris.
LA. So. Yeah. And after that, it will be different again. Yeah. So you will be competing in Japan now?
No, I will skip this competition.
I will skip it. Okay.
Yeah, at first I thought I'm going to compete because, I mean, it's still a good training, and of course for the Olympics, this competition is pretty good, but it's not counting for everything. And it's like the World Cup season is already over, like for elite and stuff, and it's still 1 month, so I didn't want to come to the competition as unprepared, not 100%, because I take a few days of rest now after Jakarta, and yeah, I decided not to compete in it.
But it's a long trip as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the whole season is already long.
Yeah. Exactly. How do you feel now after the season? Are you tired or still
Yeah. I
fresh?
mean, it was like two parts. The first part bouldering and then lead. We already started this year a bit earlier. I think like at the end of November, we were already starting with the season. So yeah, it's almost 1 year of this of like the whole season and trainings and stuff. I mean, yeah, I feel pretty exhausted. Maybe I didn't feel that like after before Jakarta and stuff, because you are in this rhythm. When you have to still perform on one World Cup, it's a bit different. But then when it's everything is over, everything just came after you, and you get exhausted.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard to handle this after the season. But yeah, I'm gonna take some rest in November.
Nice.
How it looks actually your season, like how do you prepare yourself? How much do you train? And
Yeah, usually we
yeah.
start like at the end of November or at the start of December, like with exercises. Usually just boulders. We lead is like we start with lead climbing. I don't know, maybe in March. It depends on
Mhm.
season and calendar and everything. But yeah, at the start of the season, like in November, December, January, we are focused on the exercises for power, beast maker, and stuff. But yes, we already have like the national team, the training with national team for boulder simulations and stuff. So it's good to be prepared already for them to feel good on the wall. So yeah, that's why we started so early, because in January we already have some simulations and then selection trainings already in February. So it's nice to be ready a bit early. So yeah, the first part is focused on the bouldering. This year I did some European Cups to get some experience. And already competed on the European Championship in boulders. And yeah, the second part was for me just lit.
Do you feel like you're getting better and closer in Boulder?
Yeah, this year I think I improved myself in slabs, coordination, everything is getting better. I think the power is not the problem for me in bouldering, but yeah, I'm really happy with the improvement I did in this last year. Maybe I'm still like physically, my body is still growing a bit. So yeah,
Mm.
so I'm happy with the improvements, and I hope the next year is going to be the same to actually get on some World Cups and of course for the Olympic Games.
With who do you train actually? Who's your coach?
My coach is Thomas Schwab. He's also
Mhm.
the national team coach.
Yeah.
And I think that's really good because he is always with me on all competitions, all World Cups. And yeah, I think this is a big advantage to have someone, to have a coach on everywhere with you. To actually, he can see you climbing on the World Cup, how you perform. I think it's different than just watching live stream on
Yeah,
YouTube
for
or
sure.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's nice. And my teammate is Vita Lukan. And we also have some youth guys and girls in our team. It's not the big team. We are like 5, so
Nice.
it's pretty
Okay.
small team.
I have a question here. On a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you like pinches?
How? Oh, who asked that?
Who do you think?
I don't know. Maybe my coach.
I was actually Vita.
Vito. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, yeah. She knows this. From 1 to 10, I think he is getting better. So I'm gonna say 5. So it
So
depends on how good the pinch is. If it's good, I think it's way more comfortable than some small creams. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5. Maybe it's gonna improve in the next years. So maybe 10.
I'm going to guess you didn't like pinches so much before.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like them because I'm not good at pinching. So I think that's the main reason why Vita asked that. But yes, I'm more like cream guy than pinch.
Is she good at pinching?
Vita, yes, pretty good. I don't know. She has small hands, so I think that's the negative. But I think she's stronger in pinches than me.
I think it's good on small pinches to have small hands, right?
Yeah, it depends. So yeah, it depends. But yeah, I think she's better on pinching than me.
Okay.
What about you and outdoor climbing? Do you
Uh,
have some?
yeah, I think we're doing the. I can't talk so much about that. Like after the season, when I'm resting, I really don't feel like climbing outside. I really just want to rest without any climbing. I think now is good time to go to the rock because everything is. I don't have any competitions left. I'm still climbing a bit like less, but I think now is a good time. But I don't know. I'm not so impressed. I don't know why. Maybe next year's, but and also like between the season, I don't go outside because I think it's like really this time is for trainings on the spray wall and not on work on some projects because I don't know. Maybe I can get injured easier in the rock. I don't know. It's just not like. Mm,
And also more time for video games and watching Moto GPs, right?
yeah, that's also. I don't know where did you get this information? Who told you that?
We are the CIA. We get those sources.
Oh, okay, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I really enjoy watching sports, football.
Yeah.
A Liverpool fan, so yeah, it's nice to actually watch some other sports than just climbing.
So
You know,
do you do some other sports as well, or?
no, not so much. If video games is sports, then that's
Esports.
Esports.
Yeah.
esports. Yeah, that's
You can make good money with it.
yeah, that's better than climbing for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was playing volleyball like until what 7th grade. It was like in school, but
Okay.
then I decided to stick with climbing. But yes, I think climbing is now the only real thing in my life.
How was it when you came back with the overall title back to Slovenia? How the people reacted? Do they know you now? It's
No.
like, or it's.
I think Slovenia is still climbing and Janja. It's like the most common thing when people hear climbing. It's Janja and Olympic Games. So yeah, it's. I don't know. It's getting better, of course. How do I say? The people knows our sport, especially in my hometown. Everyone is like following this sport. Even though on the television, on TV, we don't have like the streams like the last year. We had a few streams from Chamonix, I think, and Briançon. I think we have the stream on the national TV.
Okay.
This year we don't, so I think that's not so good for like our audience in Slovenia and for our sport, especially in Slovenia. But yeah, I think it's getting better.
What are your thoughts of winning the overall lead climbing title with Janja together, like two Slovenians? It's must be great actually, to share it with your teammate.
Yeah, of course. I think it was not questionable for Janja to win the overall after this start that she just gold and then just podiums actually. For her it was not so special, but yeah, for me to be on the highest podium of the overall, it was really something special to achieve this. Maybe this year it was not so special because there were some climbers missing, but yeah, there is nothing I can do about it. So
exactly.
True.
Yes, I treat it the same as every time I was competing. So yeah, it was really amazing. Also for her, I think she enjoyed it that we were standing with the gold on the stage at the end of the competition.
So, what do you think makes you such a good climber? I mean, you're ranked #1 now in lead, and you won the World Cup. How come you did it?
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Before like last year, I really improved myself. After the crown, the first medal, I think everyone was just going up. It was really, I think this was the main reason because my motivation and everything was higher. I was sure that everything is okay with my plan, that I'm able to do this, to handle this pressure. And of course, I was competing like from 2018, so of course some experience are also the thing. In this season, I used everything that I learned the years before. So yeah, I think this was really important this year to actually use this experience in finals, because there are so many different factors in finals and semifinals to ruin your performance and everything. So yeah, I used it this year well. I didn't mess up so many competitions. Villar was not so good. It could be better, but it was also a good result after all. But yes, I think this year was really amazing. The consistency without any huge mistake to be like, I don't know, like maybe even out of semifinals. And yeah, it was really nice to be in almost all finals.
So would you say, I mean, like you said, you only missed 2 finals and your worst result was 11th, I think.
Yeah, something right.
Yeah, which is still really good. So what would you say your strength is? Is this just like being consistent, not making mistakes, or is it, what is your strength?
Yeah, I think the consistency is really important, because what I missed in Villar this year and last year, I think this was the only 2 finals I missed in 3 years from Corona year on. And I think this is really important, because you have a lot. I think you gain the most experience in finals, because you act differently. You have more pressure, more everything is in finals. And I think that this is really important to be able to perform in finals, to have this chance. And yeah, I think this is the main thing. And yeah, I think also from every year I am improving physically. I think I'm still growing, maybe not from now on, but until now I was still getting like stronger from year to year. And yeah, maybe this is stopping now, but I'm gonna try hard to use this experience I'm getting every year to get in my plus.
So what is your favorite wall on the World Cup?
Definitely not Villar. My favorite, I think Koper is really special, because it's not the same. Like, I don't know, Briançon. Briançon is different than, I don't know, Chamonix and Villar. Innsbruck is also really special, but I think Koper is really good wall. It's not like the same style as everyone else. And yeah, I think you can actually really do some good routes on this route. Maybe Innsbruck is like getting a little bit same every year. We had, I think last year and this year, we were always campusing the first part of the route. Yeah, and I think the Koper is my favorite route.
How do you like actually the route setting this year, like generally on the World Cups?
Yeah, I'm not like the person to criticize this stuff.
Careful.
Yeah, I think this year was for route setters was pretty hard year. They get some really hard comments on their route setting or from some athletes and
Yeah.
coaches also. I think it's really hard to actually set the perfect route for girls and men. So yeah, there is so much factors I mean, you have to set a route that looks good, that is most importantly good for climbing, that, I don't know, it's not too easy, it's not too hard, that climbers are going to get a different heights, so everything.
Separate the climbers.
Yeah, there is so many factors to do so in route setting, so it's really hard to criticize, because the job is hard. So yeah, I'm not the one to judge this, but I think this year was like not. I mean, it was good, like years before. I think it's getting better, because the roots of the style of the routes is getting more and more attractive, and I think that's good.
I think I agree with you, except for Edinburgh. I wasn't happy with Edinburgh.
With finals.
I would actually semis as well, because I mean, the route is too long, really, for 6 minutes, unless you you said it like you have to climb it the really fast way, and now it was kind of, especially I guess the girls, like super sketchy route. You have to be careful, and you can be careful, but then you can't climb it in 6 minutes almost. So
for Edinburgh, I also heard for the finals, for the audience, it was not so interesting to watch, especially the finals. And yeah, also in the semifinals, the move when you have to push, where I think 7 climbers in semifinals didn't do this move. I think that's not so good, but I don't know. It was still not so bad, and also qualifications were pretty good.
But how does, I mean, we talked about your training a little bit before, but now that I'm guessing that you're focusing more on bouldering, like you said, before the Olympics, how's the training routine? Has it changed already, or is it going to change more towards the Olympics?
Yeah, it's not changing like so much. Every year is like a bit similar. It depends on competition, the dates and everything, the national trainings. Yeah, it's not changing so much. Maybe we gave bouldering more time on the trainings. We spent some more times on like each boulder to actually correct some mistakes and stuff. We have now the new slab on our sprain wall. It's like the special system when you can adjust the steepness. And yeah, I think it's really good to actually spend more time on bouldering, because I never did like before, especially in the youth team. It was more or less just lit. And yeah, and now I like it, bouldering. It's interesting to train. And I'm psyched for next year's.
Do you have any specific goals for next year when it comes to bouldering, reaching semis or finals, or?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I don't know. I was not competing on so much bouldering World Cups, but yeah, after European Championship this year, I think semifinals can be actually like realistic goals. So yeah, I think semifinals is my goal.
To play and go for all of them like next season, like boulder and lead, or did you already pick some?
For lead, I think of course all, but for bouldering, I don't know. We have selections in like February, and there is a lot of guys competing in combined. Also in Slovenian team.
So you have to make it to the team first.
Yes, also that. Okay. But I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go with all this combined stuff and advantages for the team and stuff. But yeah, I think the firstly, I have to get in the bouldering team and then compete good on the World Cups.
But is it straight results, or is it sort of the coaches look at the results and then they make the pick, or is it just the top 3 or 5 or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get into the bouldering team because all guys are really strong. And yeah, I was feeling good in bouldering. I was climbing good, also on the selections. But yeah, you have to be consistent on like 4 trainings, 4 simulations. And yeah, it was hard for me also this year. But yeah, I hope next year I can get in.
Cool. Where do you train actually? Well, where do you live and train?
So I live like in Jesenice, it's my hometown.
Oh, so you're born in Jesenice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I train in Radovljica. It's like between Kran and Jesenice, like 20 minutes drive.
So it's like private gym, or it's commercial gym, or?
It's gym of our club, Radovljica. So also like smaller groups of kids are training there, and I mean, everyone can come there and climb, but yeah, it's not so big, so not many people can fit in there and climb normally. But yeah, it's for us, for a small group, it's perfect.
And is it just boulder gym?
Yeah, it's just spray ball.
Yeah.
A little bit more of a different question. If you had to choose one angle to climb on for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Oh my god. Definitely not slap, I think. I think like an average overhang, what is it, like 40 degrees or something. I don't know. I feel strong in like maybe also in roof. This year in Arco I was not feeling so strong because in Arco is special.
Special,
Is,
yeah.
Yeah.
The roof. But yes, also when I was climbing here in Jesenice when I was a kid, we were climbing like there was a wall, probably like 30% was just roof, and we were climbing like over left to the right all the time. So maybe the roof is also good, but yeah, I'm just gonna say not the slab.
Not the slab, okay.
Okay. So what's your weakness then?
My weakness, yeah, definitely pinches. We already mentioned that.
Okay.
Vita
But you are.
exposed me.
Well, that's it. Pinches.
Yeah, pinches, and I think for now still maybe some coordination moves. Not
In
so much like
bouldering,
jumps, but I think like coordination in slabs, small footholds are. I don't like them so much.
So technical stuff.
Yeah, technical stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is your favorite shoe?
Of course, Carpa Draga.
That
Is
was
it even a question?
for any kind of climbing?
I mean, I use them for rock climbing also. For this like 3 or 4 times a year, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So where do you go for rock climbing? I thought you don't do rock climbing at all, so you don't.
Yeah, here in Slovenia we have some good climbing
Yeah,
places.
you can say that.
Misha Pech, Osp, Kotečnik. So these are the places. But also like when we were in youth team, we were like going on the trips for like 1 week or something. We were in Fontainebleau in France. And also with the team, and when I was still training here in Jesenice, we went to France. I don't know where. We were just climbing somewhere in France. And yeah, it was nice. I mean, I don't know why. Nowadays, I don't have so much time, so I think this is the main reason I'm not going to rock so often. But yeah, here in Slovenia, there is a lot of nice places to climb.
For sure. So what's the hardest grade?
I don't know enough. I want to answer that. I have a few 8Cs. That's it.
Well, we all know you could on-site 8Cs on plastic.
Everybody
So
is saying that. Everybody is saying that. I'm just not so sure about that, but I think
no.
try. Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
try.
I guess you have to get used to it before. Like
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, spend some time on rock, but yeah.
Yeah, it's so different when I go to rock. It's like I'm climbing after 3 months.
Yeah.
When I went climbing, like after the 1 month rest, I think I was climbing maybe second time after the rest, and it was not so good. I was struggling on the easier routes than 8A, I think.
Yeah, just blame the route centers.
Nowadays, this is very popular. Yeah.
So back to the competition. What do you think about the new generation of climbers? Do you think they are like slowly taking over? Like those older guys are.
Yeah, I mean, if we are these young guys, I guess so. Yeah, it is like this because there is like in the last 2 years we can see a lot of young Japanese climbers. Also, Alberto is 1 year younger than me, and yeah, maybe it's getting. Even if I look at younger generations than me, they're already in climbing like I was maybe a few years ago. They have better conditions for trainings and stuff. So I think there are going to be even better generations than we are now. But yeah, I think yes, these last 2 years are really good for young climbers. I don't know why. I don't know what's the reason, but I think yeah, the conditions for trainings and everything is getting better. Yeah, I think that's the main reason.
How it looks in Slovenia, it's the same. Like you have some strong guys and girls coming. So
yes.
new Luka and new Janja.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it. I'm not gonna talk about that because I mean we can see we have Sarah Chopra is already competing in World Cups, and I think she's Youth A now. Yeah, she's Youth A. So yeah, it's still a lot of future for her. And yeah, for now, she's doing great.
She is indeed. Cool. Yeah, I think that's a good talk.
Yeah. It's nice to have you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, also
Great.
thanks for having me. I checked the guys that you hosted on YouTube, and yeah, I'm happy to be one of them.
Yeah, you're only the World Cup champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great having you, man.
Okay.
And
Thank
wish
you
you
very much.
all the best for this training season and for the upcoming competition
Yeah, thank you.
season as well, of
Yeah.
course. And we'll see you there.
Hope
Yeah,
to see you
thanks.
soon. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Enjoy.
Take care.
Thank you.
See you.
Okay. Ciao, Luka.